No, there's no question about the amount of sugar eaten in our country and fat. Now you might say, well, you've given me a number of examples of various experiments and so on vegetable protein diets and low-fat diets and so on. But these experiments are not necessarily valid for populations. Where is there a population that's on your diet? And how well are they doing? What kind of endurance can you have if you're not permitted to have animal protein at least twice a day to give you endurance and strength? That's a popular misconception, that animal protein gives you endurance and strength. Well, there are many populations on this diet, and one of the populations that I like to talk about is the Tarahumara Indian population. The Tarahumara Indians are in northern Mexico, about 60,000 people, and they're the blood relatives of the Pima Indians in Phoenix, Arizona. They split off about 400 years ago. Now, the Pimas, as some of you know, in Phoenix, Arizona, eat probably more calories than most people in this country. Probably 2,000 calories a day are eaten in fat alone, mostly lard. Most people get along on 2,000 calories for the whole day's food. They just eat that much in fat. They probably eat 3,500, 4,000 calories a day. Well, most Pima Indians are a little bit obese, but the tragedy of the Pimas is that with their high-fat, high-cholesterol diet, they have more than their share of the degenerative diseases that Americans have. They have more diabetes than any other group in the country, more arthritis than any other group in the country, and as far as gallstones, it's an epidemic. If you're 25 years old and you're a Pima female, 3 out of 4 of the females already have gallstones. Can you believe that? 75% have gallstones when you're 25 years of age or more as a Pima female. In fact, I think that the principal industry in Phoenix area among the Pimas is taking out gallbladders. So it's sort of a tragedy that the Pima Indians are in such bad shape. But let's look at their blood relatives, the Tarahumaras. The Tarahumaras are on the diet that I recommend to the percent. 13% total calories and protein. About 90% of it is vegetable protein, perhaps 10% is animal protein. They have animal protein 2, 3, 4 times a month, not too much, and their foods are very simple foods. Corn, peas, beans, squash, various native plants and fruits, and that's certainly not considered a gourmet diet by many. Well, let's see what sort of endurance these Tarahumara Indians have. Incidentally, there's no obesity with Tarahumara Indians. And also, out of the 60,000, they've yet to find their first case of heart disease. So as far as heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, so on, they just don't happen. They're just not known among the Tarahumara Indians. But yet, what kind of activity do they have? Oh, for example, they love to play a kickball game. They have a wooden ball about the size of a large orange, and they have, let's say, 2 teams of 3 men. And each team kicks the wooden ball and runs at the same time. They kick it alternately, and these 3 men keep kicking this ball alternately, and the idea is to see which team gets to the goalpost first with their ball. They run continuously while they do this. It doesn't sound too exciting. It doesn't sound like you require too much endurance for that, except that the goalposts are 175 miles away. Now, it doesn't bother them. They simply run day and night for 48 hours until they get there. Now, the Tarahumara women, they also have a kickball game, but they don't have time to fool around like the men. They have to take care of the house, raise the children. So when they play their game, they run for only 50 miles. Now, if you get to the level of endurance that the Tarahumara Indians have, and you feel like you'd like to have a diet change to increase your endurance, let me know and I'll make a diet recommendation. But if you want to have real endurance, you can certainly do it on this kind of a diet. I don't know of a group around the world that exceeds the Tarahumara Indians in their endurance, their lack of diseases. In fact, in Tarahumara country, the people there actually have an opportunity to die of old age. That's something very rare in this country. In this country, you die of some disease. Tarahumaras have been known to do other things. For example, they've been known to run 500 miles in 5 days. That's quite a trip. For example, they can actually carry a 100-pound pack in their back, and they only weigh about 125, 130 pounds. They can carry a 100-pound pack in their back And they can travel over 100 miles in just 2 or 3 days with that tremendous pack. So that they're very, very energetic people. And we certainly would like you to be modeled after them.